to bout number 13. Please welcome firstly into the red corner, Simon McKenzie. Well, to the best walkout some of them are actually thank you, Mr. DJ. Let's please welcome his opponent into the blue corner, Luke Davis. Look at this year's bout. Number 13 has been proudly sponsored by Flat Finishes, Interior and Exterior. This contest is scheduled over 3 2-minute rounds of EBA Boxing. Please welcome Boxing out of the red corner, representing Team Bessie, Simon McKenzie. And his opponent across the ring, Boxing out of the green corner, representing the Legends Boxing Academy, Luke Davis. 3 2-minute rounds. The referee, Mr. Evans, thank you.
So we'll see if that plays a part in the early times, in the early parts of the fight.
Yeah, key, when you look at these sort of shows, we've had various levels of experience, and how you cope with those first-time nerves or novice nerves often dictates how the fight goes.
Luke looks very confident of himself.
And Simon trying to take centering, and as you said, there are a lot of posturing there from Luke, shaking the shoulders. Psychological battle going on here as well, trying to say to Simon, this is my ring.
Simon's reaching in, so if Luke can time that right, he can do that. What Black Ice's shot earlier, which has come up a couple of times. Maybe he wants to land that shot. We'll see what happens when he starts firing back.
Well, at the moment, Luke, as I said, taking his time, working his range. Simon's tried the big haymaker from the right hand, but he'll have to keep his guard up high. He's going to have to get inside Luke and work, because you've got a feeling on the outside it could be a long night for him. But Luke just happy to pop out the jab a couple of times, taking his time to warm up and work in.
Having a little move about in here, a little bit of a pose around the ring in the first round, see what's going on in front of him. But Simon looked nervous, but he's come out and he's doing some work, he's doing more work. Not much happening, but he's doing more work.
Well, the thing is here, sometimes it can backfire. I mean, you can see Luke's confidence, you can see the way he's working his way in, but each second he lets this happen, he gives Simon more time to work himself in.
And he was losing until that point.
Yeah, I think we've got a thing here that when Luke wants to work, we're going to see that he's going to be very dangerous. If I was Simon, I would use this opportunity to get inside when I can before he's warmed up.
I would try and force him to do some work that he doesn't want to do.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to work yet, posing or not, he's choosing not to work now. His corner looks like a happy corner. Will looks happy in the corner there.
Well, Simon at the moment is almost like mesmerised by this from Luke, watching the movement, watching and wondering what he's going to do next. Rather than wonder what he's going to do next, take the sting out of him and come first, because once he does work, it looks like he has got the tools of the trade.
Well, Luke looks the more confident, but he's not landing the more shots or throwing the more shots. He might lose this round through inactivity.
Well, this is what frustrates me, because, you know, maybe he's confident that he can stop this, but it is only 3 rounds. It is a sprint. It's not like he's got time to warm into a big title fight. And I honestly feel that the longer Simon McKenzie's in here, if we look at the initial nerves, the more confident he will grow. If he gets back to his stool at the end of round 1, that confidence will grow.
If this bell goes any minute now, Simon's round. Simon's won the first round.
Very strange tactics there from Luke Davis. As we said, you could see the confidence. He's got the ability. He's smiling in his corner. Will looks happy there. Simon, by contrast, did look nervous, did look edgy. Luke hasn't capitalised on that. It's a dangerous game to play.
Truthfully, at the moment, it looks like the ability is with Luke. It does look like the abilities with Luke, but Simon threw more shots in the last round. And although when Luke did throw, they landed clean, do you think the fact that Simon was pushing the fight might win him the round?
It's got to for the judges, because they've got to look at scoring points.
If Simon did nothing would have happened.
That would have been, and I would be interested to see what Ed would have said on that, or force them to come together. What really interests me now is how Luke reacts to this, whether that was just a, hey, let's look at this, let's work our way in, or whether he continues in this vein, because, I mean, Will's smiling, he's looking at the judges.
It's not a stressful corner in there, is it?
It's not, no, so maybe they got something up their sleeve
there. They know
there.
something we don't. We'll find out in about 12 seconds time.
Seconds away. Bratton.
And again, the movement's all there. It's like he studied the videos.
He's got all the moves. He just in the last round didn't throw enough shots, that's all.
Now, see, the thing with his height advantage here, even from this range, he's still got the advantage. He just needs to throw it from there. He's in range, and it can land. And again, Simon totally off balance when he threw that shot.
He didn't get hit with a clean shot in there, though. Didn't get hit with a clean shot, so at the minute it's still an open round, I'd say. I hope Luke doesn't kick himself if he does nothing for the whole fight.
Well, this is what worries me, Richie.
Himself.
It's very strange. There's a little frown there now from Will. And as I said, it's frustrating for us here in the commentary as well, because you can see that he knows what he's doing. You can see from the footwork, the way he moves the shoulders, the head.
He's got a lot of talent. He's just choosing not to let the shots go. Simon does look the more distressed of the two, but...
Well, he's obviously very wary. There was a short shot to the body, and this is the thing that's frustrating. To be blunt, Luke is virtually always in range when he's there. The footwork's right, he's got into his range. Wherever he throws now, technically he can land. And it's beginning to annoy me that when Simon is off balance from throwing, and he's made him do that, he's there for the taking because of that balance issues that he's got when
Looking at that last exchange there, I feel like Luke is looking for a one shot. I feel like he's, wait, I'll get it. He did what we talked about earlier, tap, looking for a big shot. Simon made it a little bit messy in there and ruined it for him, which is good from Simon.
Good from Simon as well, yeah, but there's been 2 key points in this round where Simon's been thoroughly off balance throwing his shots.
Luke should do something here. I mean, this is a tight round. I think maybe Luke might edge this one, but these last shots in that last bit might have...
If Simon was a late replacement or something, or a fill-in to the gym for that. He's always been mad.
Yes, I knew.
Seconds out.
So third and final round here, and suddenly Luke Davis has stepped up a gear, which he needed to do really, because despite everything we said about balance, movement, and looking like he's got the ability, he wasn't throwing it. Now when he starts to in the third, you can immediately see, Richie, the problems he's causing for Simon McKenzie.
He's got all the moves. He's a younger man. He looks the younger man. He might be the stronger man. He looks like he can really punch as well when he lets him go. He's just, for whatever reason, chose not to let him go.
And Simon already open mouthed now here in the third. He was nervous earlier, and that body shot took him almost off his feet. And this is the thing we were saying earlier. Luke is always in range. Maybe this is what it was all about for him. That confidence, and immediately we could have seen this scenario in the opening round.
This could have happened in the opening round. It's just that Luke chose to take his time, and now he chose to open up on his opponent. His opponent's felt the power, but he did catch him with a big right on the way down there.
Well, earlier in the round, as we said, the body shot almost took him off the floor. He's got the power, you can see. He's got the tool. So I honestly feel that was a sign of supreme confidence from Luke, that he was
wanted to get the rounds in. But don't take credit away from Simon. He got in there, he had a go, and he won the first round.
He won the first round, definitely. And I said,
the second round weren't far off.
What we saw there was a man confident in his own ability, confident in his own power. And then come the third, he got the 2 rounds under his belt, maybe even with the corner saying, let's see what you can do in there. And then very clinical, and the talent that we talked about earlier was shown in that third round. But what it did make was...
He's got strength, he's got speed, he's got some skill.
It did make it a very bizarre bout for us to call.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 58 seconds of the third and final round, your winner by count out in the blue corner, Luke David.